Okay guys, so just another little update. I'm working on the rear subframe here, and I got my polyurethane or my Strongflex bushings and the arms on and everything like that. Now I showed the bushings in a previous video. So just a couple of, I said I'd better do this now. It's not that there's a huge amount in it, but that it's better to have all the kind of tips and tricks that I figured out as I went. So first things first, the outer ones are the ones that take these kind of big washers, and essentially that does the job of the retention of this outer part here. So it sort of keeps the bushing from becoming, the polyurethane bushing from becoming overly kind of misshapen and stuff like that. So what I found was it was a bit confusing in relation to their terminology for what you have to keep. So basically what you have to do is you have to keep this a split shim that goes through here, and it's longer than this piece, so it actually sits into here. You'll notice it when you're taking off the other ones, and you just basically retain that, and then you reinstate it. Reinstate it before you put it onto the car, basically. So this one will be coming through to here. This one doesn't have one. This has that weird shaped bolt, but that one down there has it. Anything that had a 17 millimeter head on it, basically, which I think is an M12. I might be wrong with that part. Basically has that shim. So that shim fits through there, and out this side you put your washers on when you're putting the shim on away on the bench, and then you come and you offer it up. Same with this one here. So you just put your two washers on, as you can see there, either side, with the shim going through it, offer it up, tighten it up, and then you're away. These bigger ones here, I found a couple of neat little tricks for this one. So this one here feeds in from the top to the bottom, so you have a plate. You can see that that's a separate piece there. So you have your bushing goes in, you have a counter sunk. So this part, it seems to go like it's kind of, you have to figure it out as you go. There's a counter sunk element to that aluminium sleeve. I hope you're seeing that. It's very bad camera work today. But so that counter sunk matches up to your stub inside in the floor of the mark. So basically what you do is you just pop that in with all your grease and everything like that, hammer that through until it comes a little bit below that. You can see how that's below the level, and then you push on your bottom plate. That's easy. That's simple. We can all kind of figure that one out. Same for this side. This side here is the opposite, so it's inverted. So this one goes up into it, and this one then pushes through. It again is counter sunk. I have loads of grease in there, but you can see it's counter sunk to receive these nubs here. Okay, and the same for the rear. Now there's no way you will get your polyurethane cap to go down over that sleeve, because it is massively wider than the polyurethane cap, but they don't mention this in any instructions or anything like that. So what I kind of eyeballed it up and kind of tried to work it out, and seemingly they sit over the shaft here. That's the only thing I could figure out that would work as a right kind of system. So they sit over these shafts here. Now they're really difficult to get on, especially when you've done all the undersealing that I have done. They're really, really difficult to get on. You can't do it with a hammer. I tried with all the mallets and everything like that. So the system I found best was I got the factory washer that comes for the kit. I got the subframe bolt. I popped this on it to just get me the right length socket. Put that onto it, and then the polyurethane piece on top of that, and then basically came over here and screwed it up into it basically, and then it was just enough pressure, nice even round pressure, to just pop it up over both of them. So you can see it there. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a big long socket wider than the internal piece there, and I'm just going to send them home basically, have them sitting up nice and flush to receive that aluminium sleeve and the subframe on top of that. So there's a nice little trick for you. Well, I hope it's a nice little trick. I found it. I had to figure it out as I went, but hopefully that'll save some people a bit of head scratching trying to figure out how and where these go. That's my best bet on where they go. That's my best system that I found for sending them home and getting them right. So that's the subframe almost built. Basically, I've got a few different things to add to it. I'm on the fence about. I built it on top of this because this is how I'll lower the car down onto this dolly. But I'm on the fence as to will I put the differential in now, and save myself trying to lift it into place later with the use of the transmission jack, or will it be too heavy? If I do that, will it be too heavy then to maneuver this when into place on the car? Because I'm going to have to put also the springs into the seats here as I'm lowering it, and the shocks that are there will also have to align. One man show as well, so that might be a lot to ask, and then to get these to line up, these 4 mounts to line up as well, might just be a little bit of a stretch. But I'm hoping that by moving slow and everything like that, I'll be able to wangle it, that it'll all kind of sit in, and maybe I'll be better off then to just lift that diff straight into place with the transmission jack and everything like that. I honestly don't know. It is heavy enough as it is already, so you wouldn't lift this the way it is. So you might lift it, but you won't lift it very far. You definitely won't lift it over your head and start maneuvering bolts in. That's my next question on what to do. But anyway, I hope that little trick helps somebody else out, and the likes of the shims and trying to lay it out for you a little bit more simple, because there's no instructions. You sort of are away with having to try and figure it out yourself. Anyway, the other quick thing was the Mercedes schematics or EPCs all show the bolt feeding from the inside out. So the nut goes on the outside, inside the bolt goes through the inside. Just save you maybe looking back and forth at it, because I have to keep looking back and forth. But it makes perfect sense, because when that's in place, you might not have space to pull a nut out this way, but you might have space to pull on the bolt the opposite way. Or sorry, you get what I mean. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Just a quick update. Cheers. Bye.